Hey guys, my name is Matt and I'm going to help you pass your A+ 1201 exam just like I helped these people pass. This person says that my notes helped them pass their test today. This person says that they passed their A+ and they're now moving on to their Network Plus. And this person says they passed their 1201 and now they're moving on to their 1202 thanks to my help. So with that being said, enough yapping from me. Let's get straight to the first question, which is going to be from Exam Objective 1.1. The first question reads, ready? Here we go. At TechCorp, every new company smartphone must be remotely configured and secured with the latest security policies, device encryption, and the ability to be remotely wiped if lost. The IT department uses a centralized solution to enforce standardized settings on all corporate-owned devices, as well as manage corporate data on employee BYOD devices. Which management system is TechCorp most likely employing? Is it A, MDM, B, MAM, C, MSM, or D, MMP? Pause the video if you need some more time. Your answer coming in 3, 2, 1, boom. The answer is MDM, otherwise known as Mobile Device Management. So this is one thing you are going to need to know about for your exam. Let's go through what you need to know right here, right now. What is MDM? Mobile Device Management is essentially a method that a company can use to manage an entire device from a distance. This allows you to manage what can and cannot be installed on that device. It allows you to set particular security policies on that device. And if that device gets stolen, it allows you to enact a remote wipe, which is essentially where you wipe all of that data. So you can manage devices, the whole device, from a distance. That's essentially mobile device management. You can read a little bit more about that here, but that's roughly what you need to know. It's on a device level. Whereas MAM, which is one of the other options, is mobile application management. Now that is when you're just managing those select applications that you have interest in. Everything else is none of your business, but you're only managing those applications. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. The other two options, which was MSM and MMP, I made those up. Don't worry about those. You just need to know about MDM, MAM. Okay, now the next question from Exam Objective 2 reads, you are an IT support specialist monitoring your corporate email's server activity. You notice that an email client on a user's computer is synchronizing messages directly on the server rather than downloading them locally. Which protocol is being used in this scenario? Is it A, SMTP, B, IMAP, C, HTTP, or D, POP3? You'll need to know your protocols for this one, and specifically your email protocols. Hopefully you're starting to figure out which one this might be. Pause the video if you need to, but your answer coming in 3, 2, 1. The answer is B, IMAP, or generally pronounced IMAP. Alright, so you can read this if you want, but we're going to go through why that was the right answer and each of these potential options one by one. So IMAP, what is Internet Mail Access Protocol? Essentially, guys, this is one of the protocols where you are retrieving emails from that server. Now, the key thing with IMAP is you're not downloading it off of the server and bringing it to your individual device. It's staying on the server and you are just accessing it. So that means if you access your emails on your phone or on your laptop, you'll be able to see these synchronized emails, right? It's all going to stay the same. That's different to the POP3 or POP3, Post Office Protocol 3. In which case, if you access your emails on your phone, if you retrieve the email from your phone, you're actually downloading it from that server, which will remove it. Which means if you then go to look at your emails from your computer, you're not going to see that same email. It's not going to be synchronized. So the key difference between the two email protocols you need to know about that we use to retrieve emails, there's only two that we're using to retrieve them. One is POP3. This protocol does not synchronize. You will see something different depending on if you look at it with your phone and look at an email, because you're downloading that email. It will no longer be on the server, so if you later go back to look at it with your computer, you won't see that. It will not be synchronized. Whereas IMAP, if you look at it on your phone, later go back to look at it on your laptop, you'll see the same thing. That's the key distinction there. What about the other two options? We also had SMTP, or Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. This is an email-based protocol, but this is what we use to send emails, okay? We use SMTP to send them. We're not receiving them, we are sending them. So we use IMAP to retrieve and keep it synchronized. We use SMTP to send them. We use POP3 to retrieve them and have no synchronization. And that last option was just a little bit of a tricky one. It was HTTP, not related to emails at all. This is primarily designed for transferring web-based data, accessing websites, traveling on the web, and it is the insecure version of web engagement, sending data over the web, accessing websites, etc. Okay, this is not related to emailing. Hopefully you would know that if you knew your protocols. If not, now you know. You need to go back and have a look at what protocols do, and also, you'll need to know for your exam what ports they're on. Okay, the next question for exam objective 3 reads, a system administrator is planning to upgrade a high-performance application server that needs ultra-fast data access with minimal latency. The server's architecture supports modern storage interfaces, and the goal is to leverage the best available technology in terms of speed and efficiency. Which storage solution should be recommended? A. SATA. B. NVMe, C. PCIe, or D. SAS. Pause the video if you need more time. Really think about what this question is asking you. It's a bit of a tricky one, but if you look at the options, you should be able to figure out what the question is. All right, the answer's coming in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. NVMe is the fastest protocol. Let's take a look at why that is the case and what the other options are good at. So some SSDs are NVMe drives, which basically means they're capable of using the NVMe protocol, which is essentially a really fast way to transfer data because the storage drive is connecting directly to the motherboard. There's no middleman in the middle. There's nothing they have to go through. It's connecting directly to the storage drive. And NVMe, overall, out of the options provided, is the fastest option. NVMe SSDs are able to connect to the motherboard directly with such high speeds because they use the PCIe interface. Now, this interface is where you connect expansion cards, and NVMe enabled drives take advantage of the high speeds made available by PCIe. Let's be clear, PCIe is the name of the interface that is used to connect to, but NVMe is the high-speed protocol that uses that interface, making NVMe the most correct answer out of the two. If you were asked, what is the interface used to connect expansion cards and NVMe drives to, then the answer would be PCIe. SATA is the older connection method used to connect both HDDs and SSDs. This would be a good option if you had some budget constraints but still needed decent and reliable speeds, and you needed to connect both HDDs and SSDs under these conditions. NVMe only works for NVMe enabled SSDs and is more expensive than SATA. So cost, speed, and the type of drives you're connecting will determine whether you want NVMe or SATA. SAS, otherwise known as Serial Attached SCSI, offers higher speeds than SATA, but lower speeds than NVMe. Its real advantage is its ability to scale affordably in enterprise settings. So SAS would be the answer if you were asked to name the best solution for an enterprise environment that needs affordable scalability with decent speeds. All right, let's keep moving. The question from exam objective 4 reads, Sophia's company is expanding its IT infrastructure and needs a scalable, cost-effective solution for hosting applications and storing data. Instead of investing in physical hardware, the company opts for a service that provides computing resources over the internet on a pay-as-you-go basis. This model allows them to access storage, networking, and computing power from a third-party provider, enabling flexibility and reducing maintenance costs. Which of the following best describes the cloud model Sophia's company is using? Is it A, private cloud, B, public cloud, C, hybrid cloud, or D, community cloud? Your answer coming in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Pause the video if you need more time. It is B, public cloud is the answer, guys. Okay, So basically we need to understand our different cloud models in order to get this one right? So we have 4 we need to know about. One is public cloud. This is basically where you've got a third-party provider and they are allowing you to rent resources from their physical hardware. They're renting resources to a bunch of different companies, a bunch of different people. You're just one of those people that's renting that space, those resources, okay? So it's generally considered pretty cost effective, but of course, not as high security because you don't really have control over the infrastructure. You're just renting space on someone else's infrastructure. Now, the other one we need to know about is private cloud. Now, private cloud is where you own the hardware, so it's much more cost upfront because you have to purchase all of that hardware, but it's also the highest security option because you have control over everything. Hybrid cloud is a combination of any other 2 cloud model types. And finally, community cloud is where you say to a bunch of different people or different groups or different businesses, perhaps a bunch of different banks get together and they say, hey, look, we can't afford to purchase our own individual private cloud hardware, but if we all put a bit of money in, we can all purchase the equipment we need and share it amongst ourselves. So businesses or groups that have similar values and or goals will put money together in order to share the hardware necessary to create a cloud, and that would be a community cloud. Okay, hopefully that one made sense. We're on to our last question, guys, and it's going to go like this. The question reads from Exam Objective 5. During a remote board meeting, Maria connects her PC to a large screen TV to display her presentation. However, she immediately notices that the image on the TV is improperly sized, the content appears stretched, and the edges are either cut off or padded by black borders. What is the most effective initial step Maria should take to resolve these sizing issues? Should she A, adjust the TV's overscan settings to just scan, B, modify the PC's scaling settings in the GPU control panel, C, replace the HDMI cable with a higher quality cable, or D, change the PC's display resolution to the TV's native resolution? Your answer coming in 3, in 2, in 1. Here we go. Pause the video if you need more time. The answer is D. Change the PC's display resolution to the TV's native resolution. Guys, so look, if you have, where am I? Here I am. If you have incorrect images after connecting to a display and it appears stretched, it appears distorted, it looks like it's displaying the right thing. There's no flickering image. There's nothing that indicates that a cable might be the issue, which would be flickering image, right? Or maybe you can see the display, but it just looks a little bit stretched and distorted. It could very well be that it's just a resolution issue. So you can generally fix that by changing the resolution of the display in order to make sure it's actually the correct resolution for that particular display. Particularly, you can find this as an issue if you're connecting from a laptop to a television, for example, because they're not really the same type of display, right? They're kind of designed for different things. When you're connecting from a computer to a monitor, it can still happen, but particularly if it's from a computer to a television, these things start to happen. It's more likely to happen, I would say, in my experience. Anyway, if you are enjoying this, guys, you might want to check out my learning guide. In my learning guide, you get notes and practice questions all broken down by exam objective. I mean, they're broken down by exam objective 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, etc. You get notes and practice questions, 11 performance-based questions, 3 practice exams, a tracking spreadsheet, and 3 videos showing you exactly how to study so you're not left guessing anymore on how you should be preparing for your exam. And these are the exact resources that helped this person to pass their 1102 and 1101 and have helped this person find that the way they intake information is a lot more organized and makes it a lot easier, and have helped this person immensely with their studying, in their own words, and have helped this person pass their A+, and this person move on to their Network Plus after passing their A+, and this person move on to their 1202 after their 1201. So if you want to end up like these guys, you might want to take a look at my learning guide, which you can find at journeytocyber.com/1201. The link to that is also in the description or the pinned comment down below. But you don't need it. I do have heaps of free resources on my YouTube. This is just like if you want to hyperspeed your progress. I am always going to be putting out free resources on this channel. So just hit that subscribe button if you don't want to buy this or you're not ready to. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Catch you later.